Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises to the Most High God. And we do so in the name of His begotten Son, Yahramal, who the world knows as Jesus Christ, who sent Him to pretty much teach us how to regain our rulership as kings and queens of the universe, show us how to love one another. Shalom, brother. Show us how to be obedient to the Father and remain righteous. And before I start this lesson, I named this lesson 7 Centillion. But before I get into this lesson, I want to dedicate this lesson to a former student athlete of mine, Q9 Miller, who was recently passed away recently. You know, and it's times like this where we have to love on our people a little more. You know, the Sabbath days we are commanded to be around our family and congregate with our family. And Q9 was a beautiful person, you know, a beautiful soul, a beautiful spirit, you know, I mean, that can never be replaced, you know, and it's times like this where we just never know who we may lose. You know, I wake up every single day, at least 5 people that got shot, 10 people that died. You never know who you're gonna lose out here, man. So any day you can, any chance you get, just like, man, love on your people, man. I mean, we don't know who we gonna lose out here, and you much rather have good memories, you know what I'm saying, than no memories, you know. And the reality is, a lot of John Adams students, you know, they're suffering the PTSD, you know, from what they just seen happen at that bus stop, you know, when that young man got killed in front of everybody, you know. And I went to John Adams myself. I graduated in 2009, and one thing I could say was, you know, John Adams was definitely a bad school back then. It was a lot of fighting. You know, I went there in the height of gang violence, neighborhood gang violence, you know, to like where you might walk down the wrong hallway, you know, you might get jumped. You know, it was a fight every single period. But one thing I can say is, none of us never seen nobody get shot in front of everybody in broad daylight. You know what I'm saying? And you never understand how traumatic something like that can do to your mental, can be detrimental to your mental until it happened. You know, you may see me stand up here, you know, I may brag about the time, you know, where I had to use my gun and shoot somebody. And even though I was in the right, that bothered me still, you know? Even being in the right, even having the right to shoot at somebody I had to shoot, still bothered me as the shooter. You know, so if you need somebody to talk to, if you go to John Adams High School, my inbox is open. Y'all can talk to me anytime, and y'all know me as Coach Robinson, man. Like, you know, like I just want to be there for y'all, man, because I understand how PTSD can really destroy you. And that boy was Q9 friend, you know what I'm saying? And you know, that they grew up together. So if you're facing any kind of stress or pressure from that, you know, reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? You got me. You know what I mean? Talk to me. You feel me? And, you know, a lot of students will wonder why, like, Coach, like, why you ain't go to the funeral? Well, my whole outlook on funerals is just completely different anyways, you know, to start with. First of all, you got the crooked ass pastor in there, him and the funeral director, like, they just running business, you know what I'm saying? They just making money, you know what I mean? They profiting off us all dying, you know what I'm saying? And even naturally, like, shalom, brother, even naturally, like, before I knew anything about the truth, something was better than me when I was young, to not even touch a dead body. And y'all pastor won't even tell y'all that. Give me that in Numbers 19 and 11. Shalom, brother, shalom. Yeah. You know, your pastor standing right there in the funeral, you know, with the funeral director, he's supposed to be a credible man of the scripture and of the spirit, and he ain't even gonna tell you, you ain't even supposed to even touch a dead body, man. You ain't supposed to come in contact with a dead body, let alone touch it. Once somebody is born and die, that body belongs to the Lord, man. You cannot touch that body, and that's in the Bible, and ain't nobody never told you that. You got it? Yeah, nice and 11.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 19, verse 11. He that touches the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days. He shall purify himself with it on the 3rd day. And on the seventh day he shall be clean. But if he purify not himself the third day, then the seventh day he shall not be clean.
Yeah, so you touch a dead body, you got to purify yourself, not just water, but spiritually. You ain't supposed to touch no dead body. And the whole funeral is staged around you violating the direct commandment of God. We ain't supposed to do that, you know? On top of them running the scheme, on top of the pastor not even being credible enough in the scripture to even tell you anything inspirational. You know, a lot of pastors at funeral, like what they'll do is they'll read a Bible verse that don't pertain to nothing and then be like, okay, y'all, let us pray. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't doing nothing, man. So it's like, of course, man, they getting over, man, and it's just so sad, man, that a lot of our people really don't know that. But, you know, I said all that to say, like, man, when you lose somebody, you know, I would much rather cherish the last time I spoke to them. And, you know, back when they was alive, I don't want to see nobody I love dead in a box. I don't want to see that. I would much rather cherish the last moment I got with somebody while they was here living. And if I die young, man, my mama hard-headed, so I'm gonna just put it on the records, right? Don't let her have no pastor speaking at my at my funeral. Don't allow that to happen. You know, do y'all brothers know if is a cremation lawful or not? We don't know. Okay, well, if it's not unlawful, go ahead and cremate me. I don't want nobody hovering over my dead body. Definitely don't let no pastor speak. And only thing I will require is everybody, man, just go get fresh and just go kick it, man. I don't want nobody mourning over me like that. You know what I'm saying? I know that stuff is unlawful. And the pastor know you ain't supposed to touch a dead body, and he ain't even gonna tell you that, man. They too busy making money. So, speaking of money, I named this lesson 7 Centillion. 7 Centillion. And the reason why I named this lesson 7 Centillion, because, you know, living down here, you know, they got us thinking million, billion, trillion is the limit for money. But if I had 1,000 trillion, how much money is that? Y'all know that? What's after trillion? See, a lot of people don't know that. We have a money machine. They print the money. If I have 1,000 trillion, how much money is that? So as a former math teacher, I know that after trillion come quadrillion. And then it goes up from there. 7 centillion. The number centillion is 100 to the 303rd power. So that's 100 to the 303rd power. You understand? All that money, like, it'll take you 5 lifetimes to spend $1 centillion. And for all the free labor we did out here, the constant systematic oppression, how these people move foreigners from over here and they get benefits. Hey, if you looking for food stamp benefits, if you looking for Section 8 housing, if you looking for anything beneficial from the government, you ain't getting it. They gave it to the Ukrainians because they all trying to escape what's going on over there. And speaking of the Ukrainians, you know, when they start that war back up, you know, our gas gonna shoot up to $5 a gallon again like it did last summer, and probably higher, and they gonna use us to fund the war. Y'all better wake up and see what's going on, man. You know, they ain't really give us too many options out here. You got 2 options. You got work 77 hours till you 77, or get money and riches by means of a felon. You know? Sacrificing your life with anything coming back on the back end for that. You know what I'm saying? What was the next verse? Give me Ecclesiastes. You know what? No, you can skip that. You can skip that. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 43. Because I don't care what you think about the Bible. I don't care if you think the white man wrote it. I don't care if you think the Bible is fake. I don't care what you think about the Bible. If you read this, and if it don't resonate with your soul and spirit, something wrong with you. Bring it up.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within, thee shall get up above thee,
very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
And what do we see in terms of financial status down here? We got people move over here to America, be over here for 3 commercials, and they already can get a business loan. They already can get approved for different loans that we can never get approved for. They already come in with high credit. You know what I'm saying? I be downtown at the casino. Some of these people be betting 20,000, losing, and then bet a whole other 20,000, losing. Meanwhile, our little $5, $10, $100 betting ass, I'm trying to figure out where these people getting all this money, this excess of money to just throw away like that while we all struggle comfortably. And a lot of y'all don't identify with struggling because we content and satisfied with just making ends meet. You know what I'm saying? You got more on that? Give me 45 and 47.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign, for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So pretty much anything you think that's wrong with us as so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American people is documented in Deuteronomy 28. Fellas, man, let's name some curses. Not being able to keep a job, our enemies having way much more money than we do, single-parent households, lack of education, lack of resources, having to depend on our enemies for anything. Name it. Whatever you think is wrong with us was already documented that we will go through in Deuteronomy 28. Now, the question is, how do we reverse it? You understand? We can't be content with just suffering. Like, man, this Moabite got on the Breakfast Club one day and said that by the year 2050, the so-called net worth of the Black family will be 0. They already plotting and planning on our downfall, and we just content with just making ends meet. You know, thinking that we doing good, man. We not doing good, man. The reality is a lot of us is one paycheck and one bad situation away from losing everything we got. Give me Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. We one bad situation, one argument away on the job from having something terribly happen to us. You know? We literally surviving paycheck on paycheck and think because we can't make ends meet that we doing good. But bro, we not doing good out here, man. You know what I'm saying? If you can't pay your bills, all your bills, a year in advance, you don't got no money, man. That's just the reality of the situation. I know some of y'all that independently made maybe 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, maybe 100,000, maybe even $1 million. Congratulations, I ain't no hater. As long as you made it legally and lawfully with the Most High God, I don't have no shade against you. However, with that same $100, a punk ass Arab is downtown Cleveland and he put the whole $100,000 on the Eagles, lost the Super Bowl, and then bet 20,000 back on the Cavaliers. Where is our influx of money to be able to do something like that? Why don't we have that? You understand? Give me that. Ecclesiastes 7 to 7.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. And why you think it say that? It says surely oppression makes a wise man mad. Because everybody's not going to see and understand what's really going on down here, man. You got to have a different mindset to really understand that we are at a disadvantage. We are suffering financial oppression. I remember when I was fresh off the college campus, you know what I mean, with a degree worth $100,000. And I put my resume in every single manufacturer sector in Northeast Ohio. Can't nobody say they didn't have my resume. I'm fresh out of college, no felony, degree, no record, no none of that. And I had employers tell me to my face that they would much rather fly Juntao from China because they could pay him half of what they pay me, and they'll give him a salary and they'll pay for him to move over here. Or go get a musty-ass East Indian because they could give him $30,000 and have him do the job, and they'll pay for him to get over here. They'll keep us at a disadvantage, even the people that deserve to have it out here, man. So what is the disconnect? We suffering curses because we're not keeping the Most High God's laws, statutes, and commandments. That's just what it comes down to, man. Give me Hosea 4 and 6.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will reject thee.
So since we don't want to wise up and understand that it's things we need to do to make a difference out here, man, we're going to continue to suffer, man. You know what I'm saying? And the question I just asked, how do we come out of this? Okay, we know we cursed in Deuteronomy chapter 28. Okay, all the curses, but then God ain't never just cursing for eternity. No, God gave you a choice. You can either live cursed or you can live blessed. And we gonna give them give me Deuteronomy 30. Okay, give me Deuteronomy 30. Start at verse 10. You know, we got the answers on how to flip this. We just got to be willing to do it. You know? Some of y'all are way too comfortable, man. If you can't pay your expenses, whatever it costs to be you, your rent, your car note, your house note, whatever, you know, your clothes, food, shelter, whatever. If you can't pay all of that a year in advance, calculate anything it costs to be you. If you can't pay it a year in advance and it won't trouble you today, you ain't got no real money, man. That's just the reality of the situation, man. We all need to be a little more humble. Give me that Deuteronomy 30, start at verse, give me verse 10 first.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 10. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which are written in this book of the law, and if thou turn unto the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, for this commandment which I command thee this day, it is not hidden from thee.
It's not hidden because this is the information, and this is the age of information. So the Most High God said, if you do everything in this book, give them verse 7.
Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee and which persecuted thee. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord and do all his commandments which I command thee this day.
So anything in Deuteronomy 28, all the curses that we face as people. Read that whole chapter. It's a lot of stuff we going through, man. Slavery, not having enough, everything. The Lord created this universe for his chosen people to be in rulership. And why we the only people that don't know that? Well, I know why, and I'm going to get to that a little later. But the fact of the matter is this. The Lord said if we do what he say, however much you suffer in poverty, whatever you don't have, the lack thereof, he will take all of those strains off our life and put it on those that actually hate us. Because if you don't know, there is a group of people that have confederacies probably every single week. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt to say monthly, and they figure out any kind of way possible to keep us, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, down in a destroyed, downtrodden state, mentally, physically, and emotionally, and especially financially. Give me that in Psalms 83 and 2. They made a tumult. They got a confederacy. The people that hate us can't stand us. You know what I'm saying? We got to know and understand. If it wasn't for us, no money will fluctuate the way it do. Nobody can really get paid. We the employees. We do the most work and comfortable being the least paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, how was that? Psalms, you got it.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have have lifted up thy head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
The enemy's taking crafty counsel. And if you don't know who the enemies are, the so-called white man, the so-called Arab man, the so-called Chinese, Japanese man, the so-called East Indian, and the original Hamite African all hate you. And when they come over here, all of them band together their resources to put their people in better positions. They all get greater loans. They all get better finances. We've been over here forever in a day. And we can't come close to the magnitude of their financial status, and it was set up to be that way on purpose. Why? Because y'all keep willingly disobeying the Most High God. I'm looking down here at an Ishmaelite right now. He's looking at people walking directly into his liquor store, and he's smiling at everything I'm saying right now because he know I'm telling the truth. Our people don't know we're telling the truth. The Lord don't want to spend the money on Saturday. We can't even honor him in doing the simplest stuff, and that's why we suffer more than anybody else. Don't that make sense? We suffer more than anybody else because we disobey our God more than anybody else. You understand? Give me that in what I have. What you got? What you got? The enemies that made a tumult out here, man. They made a confederacy that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans will be under us forever. We gonna own all the businesses. We gonna own. Hey, guess what? Hey, y'all. They said that one person owned the whole Glendale. You know Glendale, right? One person owned the whole Glendale. So imagine all the houses from the 131st all the way up through Warrensville owned by one person. That's a lot of goddamn money, man. You know what I'm saying? Dig it up.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
How long is y'all gonna settle for just the bottom of the barrel resources in this place, man? Without us, this place will crumble, man. We do all the work. We the ones working 77 hours a week. And the reason why they fix their wages to keep you at a base wage, so whenever the business ain't moving as such or profiting as much as they used to, they can still be in the green. So that's why they don't pay you nothing to do nothing. And we operating all their businesses, and we keeping that wealth gap separated between us and them. And I'm gonna read you in the scripture in a little bit that we ain't even supposed to work for them. You know what I'm saying? If you got talent, learn how to do something, develop a skill, and then invest in that, man. That's what we supposed to do. That's how we really supposed to be eating out here. We ain't never supposed to be eating out of nobody's pocket, man. Never. That was never our creation. He didn't create us to be financial slaves to nobody. He created us to rule, be in rulership, and to serve him and keep the commandments and be the God-like example in the midst of this evil universe that we see out here. You understand? What you got? Oh, here we go.
The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 7, verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways.
He said, the Most High God said, if my people shall humble themselves, because for us to have the least amount of everything, financial status, we sure act like we the most arrogant amongst our own people. Like I said, I'm gonna keep saying it. If you can't pay all your bills, however much it costs to be you, a year in advance, you don't got no money, man. You don't have it. And why is it we can't work together, the people that have the least of nothing? I even seen punk ass white people at the casino. They'll come in there 5 deep, and one of them will be like, well, I only have $100. You guys make the bet, I'll pay. One of you guys get the food. You know, even they work together when they broke. Meanwhile, one of us get 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, and we act like one of them. That's crazy, ain't it? Blow it in the week, give it right back to them, ain't it? Crazy. What's wrong with us down here? See, the key word was humble ourselves. For us to have the least of everything and still acting like we the best, you know what I'm saying? Knowing we all broke, knowing we all messed up, that's what I don't understand. And matter of fact, yeah, just start it over. Just start it over.
The book of 2 Chronicles. The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 7, verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and heal their land.
Most High God say, if the people humble, if his people, not everybody, if his people humble themselves. And I'm going to tell y'all a secret too. A lot of y'all so-called drug dealers, you got a lot of blood on your hands, man. All y'all Percocet, pill, popping dealer distributors, you got a lot of blood on your hands. Y'all done took a lot of people up out of here, man. Y'all done killed a lot of people. Y'all responsible for a lot of deaths out here, man. And I got $1 million question for you, brother. Would you give a baby a Percocet? Hell no, right? So guess what? If we wouldn't give a Percocet to a baby, why should we ingest that into our system? If we smart enough to know the Percocet would kill a baby, what you think it'll do to you?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Listen, niggas pop Percocet get high. I never did that.
All day.
I pop Percocet, I be like this.
Yeah.
I be like, man, I can't do it.
That shit is killing you, man.
There's all type of shit.
That shit is killing you, and it's a lot of our people that made a lot of money destroying our own people. So not only is you violating the Lord, you helping the white man with his agenda and our castration. You understand? I'm going to say it again. If you wouldn't give a baby a Percocet because you're smart enough to know the Percocet will probably kill the baby, what you think it's doing to you then? But see, y'all inspired by that destructive programming, the Perk 10, the Perk 10. Y'all think that shit is cool, and it's not, man. That shit is destructive programming, and only we attract ourselves to the stupidest shit, bro. And I know that's a curse. I know that's a curse. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord said, how long will you simple ones love simplicity? How long will fools hate knowledge, man? Shalom, brother. How long, man? How long do I gotta wait? I've been trying to get y'all keys to the kingdom forever. How long do we gotta wait? You understand? What you got?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 15. See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil. And that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply.
Listen, man, everything was written for our time, for our understanding. We either gonna serve the Lord the way we supposed to, or you gonna suffer to your last moment and watch everybody have way more than you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's crazy how we can blow 100,000 in a week, but then we can make $100 stretch 3 months. We can survive off $20 a whole week, make it stretch. You know what I'm saying? Why don't we have that financial literacy? You know what I'm saying? Well, I know why. That was done on purpose. You know what I'm saying? It was purposely done for us to not be financially educated so we can never achieve the same financial status, because guess what? If we would achieve that financial status to where we don't have to physically work, well, guess what? There is no more employees. And all these businesses will suffer, and that's the last thing they want. You understand? What you got next? Show me that. Here, show me that. What you got next? Okay, bring that up. Show me.
Ecclesiastes, the book of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 19. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
The fruit of the tree of immortality. We ain't stood up here and told you one thing contrary to what the Bible said yet. If you do what the Lord wants you to do, he gonna put you in the best position possible, man. Whatever is meant for you to have, you gonna have it, man. But a lot of us too cool to serve the Lord, man. We think being righteous is corny. For the life of me, I don't understand that. Not knowing that all these foreigner people, whoever God they serve, they praise their God and they ain't ashamed of it. You know what I'm saying? The Lord want to bless you, but he ain't gonna bless you in unrighteousness. He ain't gonna bless you if you filthy. You gotta walk after him. You gotta do what he say. Then he'll give you, and he'll unlock whatever it is, as long as it's meant for you to have. Bring it up.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 112, Start at 1.
Yeah.
Praise ye the Lord. Blessed is the man that fears the Lord.
Blessed is the man that fear the Lord, which means respect the word. Read.
That delighteth greatly in his commandments. His seed shall be mighty upon the earth. The generation of the upright shall be blessed. Wealth and riches shall be in his house, and his righteousness endureth forever.
Wealth and riches shall be in the house of the man that do what the Lord say. What's wrong with that? You got a problem with that? You got a problem with that? You got a problem with that, brother? Wealth and riches shall be in the house of the man that's looking to do what the Lord say. Have any pastor ever told us that? In church? Okay, and I'm going to get on his ass in a few more seconds. You understand? Give me, yeah, you can read that in Deuteronomy. Yeah, give me Deuteronomy 8, 18, and 20. I just got to make it plain upon tables. I ain't got to come out here and get all deep all the time, man. I'm going to make this very plain upon tables. The Lord gave you a choice. You either going to be blessed, follow him, and do what you, and do what he commanded you to do, or you going to suffer on the back end and watch everybody be more blessed than you, and none of them struggle how you do. You know what I'm saying? I hardly ever see Chinese people on WIC, East Indian people on WIC, waiting for unemployment, getting food stamps. Ain't nobody as poor as we is. We can make $1,000 stretch a lifetime and we'll run through $1 million in 5 minutes. Read. No, 8, chapter 8, verses 19 through 20. 18 through 20. Shalom, brother, how you be? All praises, King, all praises. You know? Yeah, yes, sir. 18. Yeah, 8 and 18. Right there, yep.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 18. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant, which he sware unto thy fathers as it is this day.
So the Lord said you should remember my covenant because that's how you're going to get. Matter of fact, read that one more time. They didn't hear that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 18. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is that he giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant, which he sware unto thy fathers as it is this day.
He promised it to our forefathers that if we did what he commanded us to do, we will never know poverty. I read that next verse.
Verse 19. And it shall be, if thou do or and it shall be, if thou do act or forget the Lord thy God, and walk after other gods, and serve them, and worship them, I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish.
Yeah, that means die. That means die. So if you do the opposite of what I told you to do, you gonna die. And it ain't sudden death. First of all, you gonna die spiritually. You ain't gonna know who God to serve. And then the stress of poverty is gonna eat your mental alive, eat your soul alive. And then you gonna die. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna suffer first, then you gonna die. You understand? You got that? Bring it up.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
And this is the part where I get controversial, right? Because now that we understand that if you do what God say, you will be blessed. And if you don't do what God say, you're going to be cursed. So who is making it cool for us to not do what God say, right? I'm going to tell you something. If you a so-called Christian pastor, I hate you. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said, if you love the Lord thy God, you hate evil. And it's an evil thing to tell people that you don't got to keep the commandments of God. It's an evil it's an evil thing to tell people that it's only 10 commandments when there's 80 books in the Bible. That don't make mathematical sense. How is it 80 books in the Bible 3,000 something chapters, 10 commandments. That makes sense to you? That don't make no damn sense. And, you know, and when I think about Christian pastors, I kind of think about that time where Malcolm X called Martin Luther King a coon. And he called him that because he said, okay, you preaching this nonviolence because you want us to be of the mindset of not being able to defend ourselves. But see, Malcolm didn't take it a step further. Not only will we be in a defenseless mind state, we won't be able to obtain our blessings by obedience. You understand? That's what he forgot to tell Martin. You know what I'm saying? When he called Martin a coon, he didn't tell him that by doing what the Lord said will put us in a better position. He told him that nonviolence and being nonviolent would keep us in a pretty much in a submission to just being subject to whatever these white people want to do to us. You understand? And the Lord thy God is not playing that, man. You got to tell these people the truth. You a so-called pastor, y'all got all this money, you know what I'm saying? We know y'all really on the government side, raking up all the money from the neighborhoods and doing Lord knows whatever with. Meanwhile, our neighborhoods are beyond terrible. It's 90 churches on one street. Our communities is getting worse and worse. And when murders happen, you never see the pastors on the forefront. I don't never see them in the news media talking about stop or like a peace treaty, you know what I'm saying, in the street. I don't see them doing nothing but preaching in a wicked ass building where the Lord say he ain't there. I don't see them doing nothing but that. You know what I'm saying? Give me that next verse, man. We about to go in on them real quick, man. If you speak according to this word, if you speak anything that's contrary to this word, ain't no light in you, and you doing the devil work. And for you to try to take this Bible and to trick people into thinking you ain't got to do what it say, you evil. Matter of fact, just give me Psalms 97 and 10 right now. Yeah, that's what you about to read? Yeah, bring it up.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 97, verse 10. Ye that love the Lord, hate evil.
Read it again.
Ye that love the Lord, hate evil.
It's an evil thing to turn the truth of the word of God to a lie. That's evil. So that's why I said, if you're a Christian pastor, I hate you. If I didn't grow up with you, if I don't know you, because I got a few people, you know what I'm saying, I knew and grew up with, you know, y'all cool, but I'm still not proud of you. You doing the devil's work. If you turn in this word of God, that's just like gold, better than gold, that'll get us all the riches, that'll save us from a downtrodden state into a lie, you evil. Read it one more time.
Ye that love the Lord, hate evil. He preserveth the souls of his saints.
If you love the Lord, you're supposed to hate evil. And I told you, you ain't supposed to hate nobody. No, if you love God, you hate evil. You ain't supposed to like it. Somebody doing something contrary to God and righteousness, you're supposed to have a problem with it. You understand? And I do. And I dare any of y'all to come, any Christian pastor come out here with all that folly, that garbage, I'm going to slice your goddamn head off, man. I'm not playing with y'all no more, man, because I realize y'all the direct cause of our condition. Because y'all done rock these people to sleep into believing you ain't got to do nothing to serve God, to make God proud, and God ain't never said that in the Bible, not one time. And all y'all going to go to church Sunday and let them rock y'all to sleep again, man. It's about action with the Most High God, obedience, discipline, commandment, spirit, life, and truth. And if your pastor ain't telling you that, get the hell out of the church. Read. What you got? Whatever you have. Yeah, read that. Y'all want that, read that.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 26, verse 14. I will make thee like the top of a rock. Thou shalt be a place to spread nets upon. Thou shalt be built no more, for I, the Lord, have spoken it, saith the Lord God.
No, that ain't what I want. Verse 14. Was it verse 14? That was verse 14. Okay, read it again.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 26, verse 14. And it shall make, Salah, and I will make thee like the top of a rock. Thou shalt be a place to spread nets upon. Thou shalt be built no more. For I, the Lord, have spoken it, saith the Lord God.
Okay. Read what you got.
35. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 3. And the cities shall they have to dwell in, and the suburbs of them shall be for their cattle.
Start at verse 2.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 2. Command the children of Israel that they give unto the Levites of the inheritance of their possession city to dwell in. And ye shall give also unto the Levites suburbs for the cities around about them. And the cities shall have, and the cities shall they have to dwell in, and the suburbs of them shall be for their cattle.
So pretty much, we supposed to have an inheritance down here. The Lord said, once we serve him, we won't be the tail no more, we'll be the head. We can't lend nobody nothing. Why? Because we the most needy. But when we serve the Lord thy God, he gonna put us in that position. He gonna take anything you think that's wrong with us, and he gonna put it on all those that establish a confederacy and hate us. And the Christian pastor will tell you, oh, we all supposed to get along and love each other, and that's complete folly, because the Bible don't say that. The Bible said, I created one people to serve another people, and all they did was take his word and flip it upside down to keep us in a downtrodden state of not being able to do for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. What you got?
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
So who did the most bloodshed on the universe? The Lord said this land is filthy, and a lot of innocent blood was shed on this land. The pastor is telling you, oh, we all gonna get together, we all gonna face eternity, we all just gonna be equal until our last day. The Lord said the land can't be cleansed at all except for by the blood of him who shed the blood. Now, what pastor is bold enough to stand up in church and read that to you? You understand? Y'all gotta understand the game that these people playing with you, man. Okay, let me see the other one. Give me that Isaiah 14, 1 and 2, and then you get the next Isaiah verse. You got that? Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel.
No, everybody.
Choose Israel.
No, everybody.
Israel.
Read.
And set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
So we was brought over here into captivity on slave ships and boats. This Holy Bible say that we gonna take them, bring them into our own land with us, and they gonna serve us the same way that we serve them down here. We gonna set up $1 trillion operation and pay them just enough money to pay their bills and have nothing else to spend afterwards, if we don't make them work for free. You know what I'm saying? What pastor is telling you that, hey, look, you know that prayer y'all say, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven? Well, that's what that's talking about. When his chosen people is back in rulership, that's the kingdom come. And the will be done is for the people he created to be the servants, serve his chosen people for the rest of eternity. That's that prayer. So don't just be in church just saying stuff that you don't even know what it means. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds spooky, but it's supposed to. Read.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 61, verse 6. But ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our God. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, And in their glory shall ye boast yourselves.
Hey, we gonna eat all their riches. The Lord set it up for us to, okay, I'm gonna let y'all destroy my people for a whole bunch of years, and then out of nowhere, I'm gonna flip the switch and they're gonna do everything to you. The pastor telling you in church, oh, everything is good, just love everybody, everybody's accepted, salvation is for everybody. This whole entire Bible don't say that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like you Christian pastors, man. I can't stand you. I hate you. You know what I'm saying? If you love the Lord, you hate evil. And if you twisting the word of God to make it fit your agenda, not giving people true biblical context. See, matter of fact, in church, they told you don't even read the whole Old Testament. They tell you don't even read because the Old Testament is man, listen, the Old Testament got a whole lot of truth in it. You know what I'm saying? Based on our condition and based on what's going to happen and how we reverse it. That's why they don't want you reading the Old Testament. And who set that up? Oh, the government. You know what I'm saying? Then gave these pastors grants and told them what to teach and how to teach it. And that started way on the slave plantation. And it's still happening now to this day. Knowing them people ain't telling you the truth. And then they wonder why the church membership is shrinking day by day. I love every single minute of it, every single second of it. That is the will of God. Yahweh Bahashim Mashiach and Hawashai, and it's happening right on time, perfect timing. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 9. Keep therefore the words of this covenant and do them, that ye may prosper in all that ye do.
Deuteronomy 29 is saying, keep the words of the covenant that you could prosper in all that you do. Pastor Porkchop telling you, don't keep the commandments, or that you ain't got to do it. As if that's credible, as if that makes any sense. And the reason why he telling you don't keep the commandments is because the government told him, we don't need these people rising above us, man, and overtaking us and pretty much overthrowing our systems. And that's what happened back to us in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1921, right? Them people said, damn, we gave these people 50 years of freedom. They done built their own everything. If we give them 50 more years, they'll have way more than us. We can't allow that to happen. Drop bombs on them. Blew up banks, schools, grocery stores, rental properties. How? I'm gonna ask y'all a question up here. If your great-great-great-grandmother owned a bank, do you think you would have ever suffered financially? Lie, right? If your great-great-great-great-grandmother owned a school, property, we would have had some kind of inheritance to do something, to jumpstart something with. Why don't we have that? Because they took it from you. They willingly took it from you. And the pastor is rocking you to sleep to make you be okay with that, knowing the information and the history is out here to know what happened and how we got in this position. And the answers is also in the book, how we can reverse it. You know what I'm saying? If you comfortable being poor forever, man, hey, listen, man, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But I know our people wasn't supposed to be subjected to this level of poverty. To where, none of us, we can barely even afford a damn funeral. We got to cook fish fries and shit. We got to take donations. We can't even afford life insurance, man. This is not supposed to be our reality, and y'all too comfortable because y'all can make ends meet. Yeah, you can make ends meet, but can you make ends meet for a year in advance? No, you cannot do that. Maybe two years in advance? No, you cannot do that. I don't care how much money you think you got, man. Read that. Read the next one. No, that's the last one. That's the last one. What you got? No, give me 1 Thessalonians 4:11. That wasn't it. We're supposed to invest in ourselves. Invest in your skill. See, I'm not saying don't have a job. I'm saying don't be complacent with it. You ain't supposed to stay there. Don't retire there. Don't get them people all your time like that, man. Ain't nobody working as hard as we work, man. Nobody is. Don't give them all that time like that, man. Use that money, fund your business. I got a cousin that was working for a glue company. And on his 401k, what he did was he doubled their contributions and made just enough money to afford his first contract and cut them the hell off and ain't looked back since. That's how we supposed to be moving out here with our businesses. Hire them motherfuckers to come work for us. We working all them damn hours like that, man. Working all them hours till we blue, black, and purple, and then ain't got no money to do nothing but pay the stuff that they own. Can't do nothing with our time, and we just grow old and die. Y'all can't keep living like that, man. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to work for ourselves. You got that verse? Read.
4 and 11. There you go.
The book of First Thessalonians, chapter 4, verse 11. And that ye study to be quiet and do your own business.
Do your own business, read.
And to work with your own hands, as we command you.
The Lord commanded us to work with our own hands. And I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, okay, go get you a business and that's just the end of it. No, you're going to suffer with that too. If you follow me, you know I just had to sue Little Caesars in court. And Little Caesars didn't even show up to the goddamn court date. And the judge was trying to settle on their behalf. They was trying to settle, he was trying to award them. I'm suing Little Caesars for $6,000. Little Caesars ain't even in court. He trying to settle on their behalf for a lower amount. See, they do little shit like that to our businesses on purpose because they don't want to see us flourish. You know what I'm saying? I be doing all kind of work for people like and that. See, that's the thing about having your own business. They do our companies dirty to like, well, okay, boom, you do the business, but now you gotta wait for your money. You know what I'm saying? So even when you get your own business, you still gonna struggle, you still gonna suffer. You know what I'm saying? And these brothers up here that gave me loans in between hard times, and I'm greatly grateful and appreciative of that, man. But we gotta have each other back out here. You know what I'm saying? We need to invest in ourselves and do what we supposed to do so we can rise above this systematic oppression, man. Because guess what? They ain't gonna make it better. They have a perpetual hatred for you. And it'll never change. Long as you keep doing what they want you to do, it'll never change. Anything we ever tried to do out here, they shot it down, man. And they ain't give us no money. You know? I remember when FUBU, you know what Anthony said? When FUBU was popping, and that was really the first black brand to really go global like that, you know? And when they saw that revenue, what they do? They cast characters in a movie and have them doing stupid ass shit to make it look less appealing. You know what I'm saying? They turned our brand into foolishness. Meanwhile, y'all go get them $3,000 for some shoes, $2,000 for some pants, $3,000 for a shirt. Give our people that kind of money, man. It's a lot of black designers out here that's doing good, but we got a black designer right here in this plaza, right next door. I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that make their own clothes, and we will never ever give our own people that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? They got FUBU and all the movies like the what's the one? The Malibu's Most Wanted. Just got them in movies doing dumbass shit, and then next thing you know, the FUBU went from costing a lot to in Value City costing nothing really. You know what I'm saying? Look how they set up crafty councils and destroy anything we got going on and never made it right financially. Ain't never gave us nothing. You know what I'm saying? They owe us $7 centillion. $1 centillion. It'll take you 5 lifetimes to even spend that much money. $centillion. That's 100 to the 303rd power. $centillion. They got a money machine. They can make any kind of money they want to, and then turn around and tell you, oh, the country's in debt. You know, look, hey, cut it out, man. Cut it out, man. Give me that one. Give me that in Daniel.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom.
Shall do what?
Shall take the kingdom.
Shall do what?
Shall take the kingdom.
The saints of the Most High gonna take the kingdom. We should take the kingdom. See, he didn't say, oh, love everybody and just be blessed among everybody living and just suffer. No, the Most High God told us to take the kingdom and what?
And possesses the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
Forever?
Forever.
Forever?
And ever.
and ever. Now, what pastor has ever told you that? They teaching you love, equality. The Bible say, take the kingdom. Take the kingdom. Now, we know we can't go to war with these people by means of weapons. We'll beat them up. So we have to take a different strategy and just do what the Most High God say. And when we do that, he gonna take the kingdom, put it in our hands, and then they gonna come serve us and work for us how we work for them. You know what I'm saying? All y'all so-called spiritual people, yeah, you gotta see that. You gotta know and understand that. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I'm gonna tell y'all real quick too, right? The new year is here. The real new year is here. And if you had a New Year's resolution and you didn't succeed and you failed, that was supposed to happen to you. I heard a speaker say recently that since we're made of the universe, when the universe changes seasons, that's when anything new is supposed to happen and take place spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, brother. With the inspiration of doing new stuff and trying new things. So if you tried your New Year's resolution in January, if you failed, that was supposed to happen. Shake yourself off and try again. Try again right now. While the earth is birthing a new spirit and a new season, I should say. You know? So I just wanted y'all to know that. Was that in on the verses? Con? All right. And with that, I'd like to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashim Mashiach Yahweh Shai. The objective to escape poverty and to escape being lied to is to simply do what God wants you to do. Keep the commandments. You know what I'm saying? I would love to stand out here to this time tomorrow and read you keep the commandments because it's written that many times in the Bible. Meanwhile, you got people telling you that you shouldn't do it, knowing that that's our rescue from this downtrodden state we in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just tell y'all, man, to keep the commandments. And the Most High God, Christ bless. Shalom.